Hey there, welcome back to my channel. My name is Moyo and this is my channel Afrohemian where I share my creative side. It is the last day of the year, it's the end of the year, and it's also my birthday. But I have a separate post for that, or I'm going to have a separate video for that where I would be sharing details on my birthday outfit, which I'm wearing right now. But again, details on that would come in a separate video, which would be posted immediately after this one. So you're going to get two videos in one day. But for this video, I would love to share my 2024 sewing year in review. I could not count all the outfits I made or even film all the outfits I made because this would be a 2 hour long video. But I wanted to share some of my highlights. And I have a book here to keep me in check. And I would also share my Make 9 review since this is the end of the year. So I'm just going to review both the highlights of the year and also share my Make 9. And I think I'm going to start with the Make 9 first. So if you see me looking down, it's because I have my notes here, just so that I stay on track. So diving straight into my Make 9, I think I completed 6 out of 9, which I think was really good because the way I had structured my Make 9 initially at the beginning of the year was to go with loose categories. And right into the middle of the year, I switched some of those things up and I then categorized my Make 9 into 3 key categories. And first category was new things to try, and on there I had jacket, swimwear, and also a bra. Out of all of those, I would say I completed one and a half. So the one I did complete, and I'm going to mark this as completed, was the bralette I made for my birthday shoot. By the way, it's that post is already on Instagram, so you can check my Instagram below to see pictures of those. Anyways, so I did make a bralette, and I am going to mark that as done on my bra list, even though it's not technically a bra, it's bra adjacent, and I think that still counts. So I'm marking that as done. Jacket is the half because I actually started making it. I made a toile which was really successful, and then I went on to make the jacket and it was horrible. But I've gotten some fabric and I'm going to do that again. I'm going to have a second go at making a jacket, but unfortunately, I wasn't able to make it this year. So I'm just going to mark that as half done because, from a planning perspective, I kind of know what it is I'm doing, and I can go into my next attempt a bit more confident. So that's half. And the one thing I did not try at all was swimwear. I did not even there was no way I went into that this year. I also didn't have an opportunity to wear swimwear, so I guess it never came up. So I would say one and a half out of 3 in that category. For category 2 was wardrobe gaps, and under that I had blouses, I had loungewear, and I also had a tote bag. For blouses, I would mark that as done because I made a few blouses this year. For loungewear, I did make a couple, not as many as I would have loved to make, but I did make a couple, so I would say that's also done. And for the tote bag, I did not touch it at all. I have fabric for it right now, but I didn't get a chance to make it, so that I did not complete. So 2 out of 3 in that category. And the final category were sewing techniques, and there were a few things I wanted to do a bit more of this year. One was cutouts, which I actually did, and you would see more about that when I talk about the highlights of my year. And then I also had ruching, which I definitely incorporated more of. I think I did a lot of ruching with one of my favorites for the year. You're going to see that I also did ruching for the boo I made. So I definitely made use of the ruching technique a bit more this year. And something I called tailored and drapey. So that's something that's a bit tailored, but not necessarily fitted. And I made a couple of shirts this year, and I would say that falls into that category. So I'm going to say for the sewing techniques, I definitely ticked all of those boxes, and I have a 3 out of 3. So in total, I think I completed 6.5 out of 9 makes, and I'm actually really happy with the make 9 that I ended up with this year. I have already started making plans for make 9 2025, but that's going to come in another video, and hopefully within the same week as well, just so that I can get more of those start of the year plan videos out of the way early on. But you will definitely see that in a video coming soon. Now, on to the fun part where I share my highlights from the year. I have it in categories. So I'm going to share my favorites, my fails, and also one save. So that is a category of something that should have been in the fail section, but I kind of made it work. And it's my favorite save of the year. So we're starting out with my favorite dress. And my favorite dress definitely has to be this one. It's a one shoulder dress that I made out of this viscose. I made it during summer this year and I actually I've worn it once. I plan to wear more of this next year and I really love this dress. I think it came out really well. I was recreating this design that I have on Pinterest, and I think I did a really good job. And I love the way this fits. Yeah, not much to say about it. I think this one also has some of the ruching detail because it has a slit down one leg and it's ruched. So this definitely made use of the ruching. So I would say, which was from my make line, but I really love the pattern of the dress, and I think it came out really well. Next category is my most recreated dress. And I had a few contenders for this, but the one I finally decided to pick was actually a bit of a I picked because it was a bit of a surprise to me when I made it. I'm not really a ruffle person, and I drafted a blouse that I was supposed to wear for an occasion, which I ended up not wearing, making for the occasion. But I kind of stumbled on this make and I really loved it. I was recreating this blouse here, and when I twirled it, I really loved the way it turned out. And I decided to make two short dresses. So I made them out of this chiffon. I haven't gotten the chance to wear this yet because I made this at the tail end of summer. So I haven't really gotten a chance to wear this out. But this fits really nicely. And it's technically a blouse, but it can be worn as a short dress with tights and boots. This would look amazing, and I can't wait to wear this next year. So I made it in this beautiful chiffon um, foiled fabric. It's in the color brick, and I also made another one in black, which is also really pretty. And then I was going on vacation for Christmas and I decided to make a long brown version. And this one is so extra because I added some more ruffled details around the hip, aside the detail in the neckline. I'm going to show you pictures or videos of this so just so that it's a bit clearer, but I really love this and I love the way it turned out, and I'm definitely making more. And I think that's one of the reasons why it's my favorite, um my most recreated dress from this year. The next one is my favorite jumpsuit, and this one was a bit of a challenge because I think I was stuck between two. I didn't really make a lot of jumpsuits that I was crazy about this year, but one that turned out really well that I loved was the one shoulder black jumpsuits that I made for the party that I was supposed to wear the frilly blouse for, and I loved it. It was simple, it's black, it fits really nicely, and like a million I looked like $1 million. And I think that's all I have to say about that one. I loved it. I loved the way it looks, simple but effective. I just had to pick my fruity jumpsuits that I made this year. This was another recreation of a design I found on Pinterest. I really loved this. It fits so well. It was breezy, it was effortless, and those are the kind of outfits I love to wear. I love like one piece outfits that look bomb. And this definitely fits the bill, especially during the summer period. And I made two more, making this three. So this is definitely my most recreated jumpsuit of 2024. And yeah, I'm really pleased with this. The next category is my favorite cord. I didn't make a lot of cords this year, but my favorite definitely has to be the last make of summer this year. And it's this shirt with short sets that I made. It also came with a blouse, it's a tank top sort of thing, but I need to make that again because I wasn't super happy with it. but the shirt and the shorts were super successful. I know the boxer shorts were kind of a trend during summer this year, so I made one for myself and I paired it with this shirt. It's pretty simple, an oversized button down shirt, but it's really nice. And I also added a button placket detail in the back as well, which is really cute. I really love this, and I'm just so sad I didn't get to wear it as much as I would have loved. But I'm definitely saving this for next year, and I have a feeling this is going to become one of my most recreated quad sets for next year. But yes, I'm definitely making more of this for summer next year. Unfortunately, I don't think I have a most recreated quad set. Technically, I do, but I'm not showing it because it's not my favorite. Because again, these are things in my favorite category. So I made some quad sets for my travel collection, the purple and green travel collection that I made earlier in the year. And while I wore the collection in Lagos as intended, post Lagos, I did not wear the tops as much as I thought I would. I wore more of the pants, and now I wear them more as loungewear. So yeah, I would not say that was 100% successful, which is the reason why I'm not sharing it in my faves. Now we're moving on to the fails portion of the video, and I have a few to share. There were quite a few fails, but I'm just picking the top ones to share with you. The first one is this cutout dress that I made. I made it earlier this year. It's made from this black and gold knit fabric, and it has cutouts on the side, and I added some gold bias tape detail to those to make it pop a bit more. Um, there's nothing technically wrong with this. I just don't love the way it looks on me. And it's so unfortunate because the fabric is really good, really nice, was super easy to work with, but I have not worn this even once. It's technically fine. The sewing is fine. There's nothing wrong with the sewing. I just don't love the way it looks on me. And yeah, that is a big fail because my wardrobe is mostly me made clothes. So if I've made something and I'm not wearing it at all, then that's a problem. So yeah, not really happy with this. The saving grace is I actually found more of this fabric at the store I bought it from. It was a store close to my previous apartment. Um, so I got the last fabric they had on the boat. I think I have about 2.5 meters of that, and I'm saving it. I'm sure you saw that in my precious fabrics video. I'm saving that. I don't want to sew. I don't want to make the same mistake I made with this again. So I'm waiting for the right project for that. But yes, this is my top failed dress from this year. The next category is the top failed jumpsuit. So jumpsuits are one of my favorite things to wear. I also enjoy sewing them to a certain extent, and I wanted to make a few jumpsuits that I could wear. So these were one of the last makes in my previous apartment. I knew that it would take some time before I set up my machine and get into the groove of sewing again, and it was already going towards winter, and I wanted to have a few jumpsuits to wear. So I went on a spree of making a few jumpsuits, and I had these designs in mind that I wanted to recreate. I had bought this fabric from, I think it's Rainbow Fabrics. I had that shipped in, and I loved the fabric. It was really cool. It's a cotton, but I'm so sad because this is such a big fail. Again, nothing wrong with it technically. From a sewing perspective, I think it's fine. I just don't love the way it looks on me. I don't love the fit. Um, I love a little bit of waist detail, but I think when the waist detail is this bold, because I don't necessarily have a tiny waist, it just makes my waist look bigger, and I don't think it's flattering. So I did not find this flattering on me. I am going to try and salvage this project by removing the waist detail, this contrast waist detail that I have, and make it all one streamlined design. So it wouldn't have this distinct waist, even though it's still going to have a defined waist. It will not have this distinct detail on the waistline, and I hope that will look better because I put in so much into this. It has back pockets. I have some elastic in the back. Um, it has this yoke detail, contrast yoke detail. It has a collar, it has buttons down the front. Like there's so much went into the making of this. So I was really really gutted when this didn't when it wasn't what I envisioned, and I wish that I had made a twirl before cutting into my precious fabric. But yeah, this it was just one of those things. But I'm saving it because I'm going to try and salvage this, and hopefully it. Next up in my failed category has to be these pair of shorts. Um, Again, for that party I had, that party just produced a lot of fails, to be honest. It had a few surprises, but a few fails as well. Um, I had wanted to pair the after the leggings didn't work with the frilly blouse. I had wanted to pair the blouse with a pair of leather shorts, and yeah, I made these. The fit is wrong. And as you can see, I've not even finished it. It's not great. I tried to put some elastic in the back to make it a bit more fitted. I think the issue I have with this is the fit. Aside the issues with the sewing, the fit too isn't really great. And yeah, I could have definitely done better. But I'm going to see if I can salvage this. But if I can't, it is what it is. But yeah, this is another one of my fails for this year. And so that we do not end the year on a negative note, I have another category I want to call my favorite save. And so this is something that was supposed to be a fail, but I kind of salvaged, and it's now decent. And it's also another cutout dress. So this is actually the first version of the cutout dress that I made. So that's the first version of the black and gold cutout dress that I made. I had this, I think it's a scuba fabric in this red floral. I had made this for Valentine's Day, as in Valentine's make this year. And the sewing and everything was perfect, but this was originally long sleeves and it was long. And again, I didn't love the way it looked. And I don't know why I didn't just do this first on this version before diving into the black and gold. But yeah, this was the first version. I wasn't loving it. And then I decided to make it shorter and also make the sleeve shorter because I thought the issue was the fabric and the pattern because I don't really wear a lot of florals. So I think the floral all round was just made me feel some type of way, and I thought maybe that was the issue, which was probably why I decided to make a long version with the black and gold, another long version with the black and gold. But after I chopped this up, made it shorter and also shortened the sleeves, I actually really like it. I haven't found the right occasion to wear it to yet, but this is definitely something that I like now. I don't love it, but I like it, and it's also really really well made. Like even the zipper detail, everything is well sewn. If there's one thing I'm proud of myself for, it is the quality of my sewing. I can be a bit of a perfectionist, so it's not like I do shabby sewing anyways, but I'm particularly proud of the effort I put into my finishing this year on a lot of my pieces. A lot of them are finished and made well. I think with the exception of these shorts, everything else is kind of well made. So yes, I'm proud of this, and I'm proud that I was able to salvage this. And yes, that's my 2024 in review. I am really excited about everything I was able to achieve this year, and I'm looking forward even more to next year and all the exciting things I'm going to do. I would say that my skills have definitely improved. I'm working a lot more with stretch fabrics, which is something I never ever thought I would get into. I'm finding my foot in this new area. It's still a bit scary, intimidating. I'm making a few mistakes, but that's all part of the learning process. And I'm really enjoying that. And I'm hoping that in the next year, I would also improve a little bit more my technical skills. I would love to do a bit more. And I hope to share more of that in my 2025 plans video. Thank you for being with me this year. I actually started this channel this year, and I'm really, really excited about being able to share, just a bit of of what I do in my private time. It's still a bit of a struggle trying to film and also create, because I really do enjoy my creating process, and sometimes filming just feels like a bit of an extra chore. But I'm going to try and do better in the new year with my filming, and sharing a bit more of what I do. I really love to see this kind of OG sewing content that's more about, the creating and the outfits, and that's the reason why I created this channel, just to contribute more to that kind of content. But anyways, thank you so much for being part of my 2024 journey. I hope I will see you in 2025, and I'll catch you in the next one. Bye.